the Storm Speeder from Warhammer 40k for the Space Marines. If you're watching this, you want to see the unboxing of this guy and take a good look at what the sprues contain. Now I know that some of the kind of the larger YouTube video guys have already got this in, and they've even started assembling it, or actually completed the assembly. I just got it a couple of days ago. Well, it arrived a couple of days ago. I was able to pick it up today. So this is my first chance at getting a look at what's inside here, but I will do a little bit more in depth on the sprue, so maybe this has some value to you anyway. If it does, great. If it doesn't, sorry, I'll try again next time. Anyway, let's take a look at what's inside. I know there's 4 variants. I think there's supposed to be 4 variants to this model, and I think the differences are just on the weapons that you mount. And all the parts that you need for all 4 variants are in here. Sorry, talking and cutting is difficult at the same time. So we'll take a quick look at the sprues. We'll see what's included. And maybe you'll catch some bits that you just want to add to your bits box. Maybe you'll decide, yeah, I absolutely need this model. Or maybe, nah, I don't need a baby repulsor. Whatever the case, we'll check it out. So, start off with the instruction manual. So, looks like there are 3 variants. I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly, but it looks like there's 3 variants, and as expected, the differences are in the turret that's up here and some of the weapon sponsons. And so those weapon combinations will be the difference between these 3. So, having not even looked at the kits, I can already tell you there's going to be a magnetization video on this, whether I like it or not. So, I'm going to do some magnetizing on this. Alright. There's a big honkin' base. I think this one's smaller than the Repulsor base, but it might be the same size. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. It does say Warhammer, what is it? Games Workshop 2017. So let's see if this tells us. Alright. Yeah, sometimes the instruction guide will tell you how big the base is. This one did not. So, doesn't matter. It's a flyer base. Put that in there. I'm not going to even take a look at it. Is this, yeah, Ultramarines. One of these days, they'll surprise me with like a Blood Angels or Dark Angels. But not today. I'll put this back. We've got 3 sprues and the flight stand. We'll start off with looks like the kind of the hull sprue. We've got kind of the top part of the hull. We've got the rear hull where the engines are attached. We've got the underside of the hull with the little repulsor dots where the pads are going to go. This is probably the top hull plate where the turret's going to be placed. Maybe this is part of the cockpit. I know it's an open air cockpit, so but I see what look like Space Marine legs. Nobody's crossing the legs in this land speeder, I guess. So we've got a couple of gribblies. Like we've got what look like handlebars or oh crap handles like you'd have in your car. Now I don't call them oh crap handles, but I'm calling them that here. I'll let you fill in what I actually call them in your own mind. We've got some like ammo cases here. I think they're probably part of a turret, or maybe they're just kind of added to the side. I'm not sure. We've got what look like headlamps right there, and maybe another headlamp, some kind of ring, and some kind of armor plating of some sort. So that's the very first sprue. It looks a lot, actually, like a baby repulsor. Except for here. Here are the sides of the hull. And we start with, really is the important part of any Games Workshop model, is the weapons. There's a bunch of stuff up here. So we'll start off here. I don't know if that's a las cannon of some sort. Yeah, some kind of shorter barreled weapon. We've got some missile pod, the front of some missile pods. We've got the Space Marine pilot and co-pilot helmets. And I do want to point out, these helmets, they look different than your normal Space Marine helmets. They're like an actual pilot helmet. Or, you know, they're distinct from other Space Marine helmets. Yeah, so that looks like, those don't look like your normal Space Marine helmets. They're a specific helmet, maybe for riding on an open cockpit vehicle. But that's pretty cool. It's not just me, right? Those helmets are different looking. Yeah, they've got to be. Here we have like an autocannon or a heavy stubber, some kind of thing. It looks like it should be twin-linked with a paddle in between. Here we have half of like a fin, like a stabilizer. This looks like the front part of some kind of targeting array. Some exhaust pipes. A Space Marine torso. Kind of the back and top legs of a Space Marine, like a pilot or co-pilot. The torso of that same Space Marine with like a 4-point harness, because in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only safety. We have like a turret, like a cupola thing. Oh, you know what? This is from one of the sponsons that go on the side. Yeah. Not quite sure what those are, but those look like probably armor plating that goes somewhere on the vehicle. Oh, look at that. That looks like the cockpit, like the controls. That's going to be a lot of fun to paint for someone who can paint. For someone like me, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. I wonder if there's any chance I can like pretend there's battle damage and so you can't see any of these awesome dials to save me the embarrassment of having to pick all these different colors. But yeah, there's a lot of detail on there. It's going to blow people away, I think. That's really neat. I hadn't seen that level of detail on a cockpit before. Then again, I don't have any other storm speeders, so what do I know? Here we have a couple more weapons, like a assault cannon of some sort. They look like... so it looks like probably like an assault cannon and then like a melta, like a multi-melta. So, a couple different barrels. You got a couple more handles or like roll bars or whatever. You have the front of like a weapons array. Maybe another targeting display. So yeah, there's lots of little details happening on this guy. Alright, so here's the last of the sprues. I think these are like grav plates to keep our little airborne friend, well, airborne. We've got there's two of these little missiles. I think there's probably hunter-killer missiles, or maybe there's another name for them when they're on a Primaris vehicle. But whatever the case, they look pretty neat. It's a neat looking missile. We have this guy, which is probably an attachment point for the grav pads. We have these cowlings that will go on like over the engine. They're like engine covers to keep Space Marines' hands off the hot parts. Some more like armor plating or parts of the hull. We have kind of the turret mounted Space Marine. That's where he sits. Oh, and I think this is the kind of the roll cage or the safety cage for that Space Marine that's sitting on the cupola or the turret. All right, and down here we have some more parts of the hull. Oh, you know what? No, this is the cockpit, it looks like, and these are the seats where the Space Marine pilot and co-pilot go. Those are probably floorboards to that open cockpit. A couple more armor panels, some more fins. It looks like right here, this is a hard point where you'd attach the missiles if you're arming them. Another stabilizer. We've got another weapon system, like the front of it. This is probably sponson based as well. We have what initially looked like a las gun, but these are Space Marines, so it's probably an antenna. Yeah, it's probably an antenna array. Yeah, and we just have a few more ribblies that go on their surface to give them some detail. These look like just things that would go on the hull, right there. So, yeah, there's a lot happening here, and I gotta admit, this is a little bigger than I thought. It probably... Yeah, I'm taking a look at like this bottom hull plate. This is probably like Rhino sized. When I build this kit, I'll put it up against the Rhino to see just kind of how it stacks up size wise, but it's bigger than I thought, which means it's going to take up a lot of space in my storage caddy. Well, there it is. I hope you got what you were looking for out of this unboxing video. Hope you found a couple of bits that you want to put somewhere else. Like maybe some armor panels for your dreadnoughts, or some extra Gatling cannons for your whatever has Gatling cannons. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.